Hello, everyone, and thank you all for joining in for this audio event about data science and generative AI. So these are some of the questions that many of my mentees, clients, community members are asking about because there is so much noise out there in the industry about generative AI and. People are not even talking about what actually is data science, AI, and all those things. So I just wanted to have this session and a quick, you can say, thoughts about this from my experience that is there. So you all are hearing about generative AI because of the since November 2022, because of ChatGPT and the craze that is happening around, and a new you can say sector has boomed out, generative artificial intelligence. This is to be honest, this is not that old. 2018 there were already some of the small models, large language models that were doing so much work, but the in lately after ChatGPT was launched and open to the public, there was a lot of buzz around this particular terminology. And right now what is happening is, according to me, there is a lot of hype around this, but it is a good career opportunity, that is for sure, because we all know where there is a hype, there is a lot of opportunity even for you can say employment and new career opportunities. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit. I have done a lot of webinars about generative AI, what is generative AI, how to build skills in generative AI, what are the things that you need to do. So I will not go in too much details about that, but I will just quickly wanted to tell about data science. Because this is a word that people are having a confusion, like is it really important also to know data science? And I have talked about this, and it is a very important thing, to be honest, in the complete artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is, you can say, it's a gamut of things. There are a lot of things that come under artificial intelligence, and I have showed in my webinars and slides that artificial intelligence is a very huge gamut that started in 1956, and everything that we are using is under that. But when I talk about skills, now if you want to do artificial intelligence, if you want to work and if you want to develop a artificial intelligence model or a generative AI model. So in few words, what is generative AI? If people who are new to this term, maybe they have heard about ChatGPT, but they don't know about generative artificial intelligence. Can you guys just give me a reaction or put in the comments if you can hear me? There is a react option in the panel, and also what you guys can do is you can put in your questions in the comment of this event page. I will surely take each and every question that people are putting on the comment page after I finish my line of thought that I have for the day. So that is going to be a very good part, and after some time I'm going to invite people who are in the listeners panel. So I know many of them who are there. Thank you everyone for joining in. Before I go into the differences, just a quick definition that I have, and I generally tell people, is that it is generative AI is basically, it's an algorithm model that has the ability to generate new content. It can be text, it can be music, it can be video, and also there is something, an input that is there from the user side, that is called the prompts. So this is a basic generative AI models, and the techniques that are basically being used, in variety of techniques like GANs are used, generative adversarial networks. Then there is variational autoencoders, there is reinforcement learning, there is large language models. So these are the technical engines that are there in generative AI that helps us to generate these things. So this is about generative AI. And what is actually data science? It is a multidisciplinary field, right? It is the skills that you need to know and have to play around with the data, because everything that we are talking about, even in generative AI, is based on data. So the skills that are required to play around with the data, it can be scientific methods, it can be algorithms, it can be systems, and lot of techniques are encapsulated. It can be visualization, or it can be simple data mining and everything, visualization, all these things that help you derive insights from the data. It can be for business, it can be for product, it can be for even for generative AI. So that is your data science. And data science helps, and the main skill about data science is you to understand the underlying data that is behind every model, how you can derive value out of the data, how you can make sense out of the data. And that is data science is actually every project that we have in AI or in generative AI or anything that is there. Data science is a part of that. And some may argue data engineering, where data engineering comes. Data engineering is a little bit slightly different. There is, and everything that I'm talking about today on today's audio webinar, there is an overlap. There is an overlap for sure, but just for us to understand that data science, you can say that data engineering also is also a small part of data science, but data engineering goes more technical to get the data from various APIs or sources into a particular data mart, where you do the analysis. It can be any analysis. It can start from exploratory data analysis to advanced statistical analysis or machine learning models required according to your project or your application that is there. And that is it's a skill that you need to have. And when I talk about skills, now when I talk about skills that you need to have for data science, you need to first of all, I will talk about data science. What are the skills you need to have? Because I talked a lot about data science. It is Excel has to be there, Power BI, Python, basic statistics. These are the things that you need to have. And in Python, you need to know basic Python, as well as you need to know Pandas, scikit-learn, NumPy, Matplotlib, and all those things. And also, these are the skills that you need to know, that so that you can master data science. And data science, to be honest, for each and every project, these skills and these particular teams are required. And then we have the latest buzz that is there, that is generative AI. So generative AI, I am talking separately because now people really want to focus on generative AI, and there are a lot of openings that are asking for this type of technologies. So generative AI is that you need to, first of all, you need to have a good understanding about end-to-end products. So if you have a strong interest or understanding of creating applications of AI, like generating music, art, images, or text or chatbots, so that is one thing that it is very important. Also, you need to understand the algorithms that are there, the deep learning algorithms, the transformers, the GANs, the VAE, TensorFlow, PyTorch, because all these frameworks are required for you to play around with deep learning and large language models. And after all these things, you need to know natural language processing, which is one of the most important skills that I talked about in my earlier webinar about generative AI. And these are the things that you need to require. And after you know all these things, you need to understand how you can stitch all these things together and build an end-to-end application that uses these AI models, open source models, and gives you a output that is required. And this is because generative AI, what it is, for every company that is hiring you, they want you to understand the whole process about input, how the AI engine is working, and what is the output, and how you can put the whole process in a beautiful product that can help solve business problem, or it can be a MVP for itself, and it can be a new source of revenue for many of the companies. So these are the things that things are there. And now coming to what should you focus on. So I told you a wide difference of the data science skills. What is data science? What is generative AI? That first part. What are the skills that are required for you to be in this field and you can contribute in this field. Now people will ask, and people who are joining this call, ultimately the choice depends upon your personal interest that is there, first thing, your career aspirations, and what really interests you. and your background. That is also very important, because you was something that you really want to do and where you are at the current moment is also very important. Both of the fields that I told are super exciting. So right now, don't people are you can say not focusing on data science. They are thinking data science is not cool. That is not the thing. Both fields are you can say hot. Data science is, to be honest, more hot because there are more and more requirements for that. Generative AI, there are requirements, but they are very less, and it is that there is a hype cycle that is there. If you have generative AI skills, your chances of getting, because see, the data science skills many people have in the industry, so there is a lot of competition. But generative AI skills, to be honest, it's a very new thing, so very less people have the skills. And if it is there in your resume and you are able to talk about these things, then your chances of getting called for interview rises much more. Because right now in Dubai, I was seeing for openings, there are many companies that have opening for large language model understanding, transformers, natural language processing, companies that are doing research, companies who want to build their own chatbots or do something in this field. So there are a lot of openings that are there, and this is a skill that is very new, to be honest. And if you can learn that right now, maybe you can have a more competitive advantage. But it is generative AI alone will not do the skills that I told you. You need to also have a basic understanding of the data that is there. Little bit of data science skills should also be there if you want to get a Gen I job. That is there. So now it really depends upon your current status. You have to see in your locality, in your city, what are the openings of generative AI. The keywords are large language models, generative AI, or you can also mention conversational AI. See what type of openings are there, and you can have a understanding about if that type of job description excites you, or you want to build a product in generative AI space. Then I think you can focus on generative AI much more compared to data science. And data science is an ever green skill that is there, because the data science skills are traditional skills that are required in most of the projects that are there. And it is not right now it's not a buzzword. There is no hype around it, but many of the big companies are still using these skills. See, some of the work of data science are getting automated, right? Like building dashboards, the analysis that we used to do, the modeling steps that we used to do, that are there. So now I think I will allow the listener panel to come up and speak as well. And that Syed Mohammed has volunteered to speak. Thank you, Syed. And anyone else who wants to speak can also raise their hands, and I will open the floor now.
Hello, Arshad. It is nice seeing your live sessions. Just I have one inquiry. Basically, some people of us are not from the background which you are talking about data science and generative AI. So, if you can live stream or show pictorial representations, it will be very helpful for us to understand and gain the knowledge about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Syed. So I generally take every week 2 webinars, and on the generative AI. Thank you for asking this. On the generative AI topic, I've almost taken 5 to 6 webinars. I generally take a webinar on Saturday, and on a Tuesday, this midweek, I do an audio webinar where I have a general chat about this topic, and I hear conversation. So I will request you and whoever are there in the call who wants to see the recordings of all the webinars that I have taken. I have done a very good pictorial representation about this, and also I have a community also where I keep updating about these events and the recordings. I can put it on the chat as well. It is nas.io. It is already there in the comment. nas.io/artificial intelligence. So here, if you can go, there is a in the content space, there is a list of all the webinars that I have done, wherein you can also have a look. And surely, Syed, if you want to also join the Saturday webinar that I will take, I will generally do a quick overview of what the AI ecosystem and what is data science as a start to all my webinars for people to understand. And pictorial representation is good, but this audio webinar doesn't have that option. It's like talking to each other. But my main purpose was to tell about the differences, because generative AI, people are talking a lot. People want to start their career in generative AI, and data science, to be honest, was a big buzzword. My company name also is Decoding Data Science, which I started 1.5 years back. The word decoding data science, and data science is, you can say, the skill, the most important skill that is required for any of the jobs that are there. Any AI or any data driven job that is there, even it can be data engineering, data analyst, data scientist, or it can be AI scientists that are doing larger language models. So those are the things that are there. That's why I really talk about the foundations and the basics that people need to learn, so that they can you can use these skills to enhance their capabilities to even understand these generative AI and all the new technologies that are happening. So I hope I answered you, Sayyed. Pratibha, you wanted to ask anything? You had raised your hand.
Please call me Yasser. My name is not Sayyed, it's Yasser. Okay, thank you, Arshad.
Okay, thank you, Yasser. Go ahead, Pratibha.
Hi, yeah, Archit. Yeah, I'm very glad to able to hear you live. Yes, Arshad, I am a reporting analyst with 6+ years of experience, and I am from statistics background. But I am stuck here. I have knowledge of Power BI, Excel, hands-on knowledge of Power BI and Excel, but not an hands-on experience of Python, statistical models, and EDA, like basic Python and SQL. But I'm so stuck that, and I'm not able to, and I'm learning as well, on daily basis. I'm learning and I have knowledge also, but I'm not able to frame my work and build in that resume, and not able to show and the companies and get jobs. So I'm stuck here. So I just need quite help to how I built my profile more effectively, so that I get the job.
Okay, thank you for that question, Pratibha. I will answer your question, and mainly your question is how to build a profile. So now in this today's webinar, what did you decide? Where you want to focus on?
Actually, I'm interested in analytics. Like, I'm from statistical background. I have knowledge of statistics. I'm not hands, but I have knowledge of Power BI, Excel,
No,
Python.
okay. My question is, in data science or generative AI, you want to focus on analytics. You don't want to focus on any of these things. You have your own thing. You want to focus on analytics.
Yes.
Analytics word, no one uses the word analytics nowadays. People use the word data science. So analytics is no one before. To be honest, it was a very big buzzword that was there. So now analytics is, so data science and analytics are very similar. It is basically that. So now you need to build projects and you need to build portfolios. So I will if you are a part of our community. Our NAS.io artificial intelligence community, are you part of that community?
No, Arshad. I'm happy to join.
Yeah, so the community is basically this is just started around 1 month back, wherein I'm trying to get all the people who are interested in the AI. So AI is a whole ecosystem that is there. So it can relate to anything. It can be starting from data engineering, analytics, scientists, robotics, anyone who is interested in this can be a part, who are working or who want to work, and we discuss about new topics, and we have a lot of events, we have online meetups and all those things that are there. So you have to join. I request you to join that, and there are a lot of people who are raising hands, and you need to build projects. You need to understand what you are doing, and you need to build projects and portfolios. So that is the only solution.
Actually, Arshad, yes, I just want to tell you that I am doing the data science, full stack data science course as well.
So course and all does not. I'm not talking about course. You asked me a solution. Course and all is
Yes.
fine. You learn from it. I always tell in my webinars. So I told Syed also that sorry, his name was not Syed. He'll again get angry. Whatever he said, Patrick. Hey, thank you. So he mentioned that about pictorial. So I have done a lot of webinars about this. You have a look. It is there on the community, and you need to. Learning is fine. You can learn from anywhere, but you have to apply the learnings and put it in a project, a good project, not a Kaggle project, something that you have done, and then you need to showcase that. And every day you need to learn some of the things, and you need to do that. So I will take some other questions. Like I think Ankit had raised his hands after this. I hope Pratibha I answered your question.
I just want to know how I join the community.
So nas.io/artificial intelligence. I have put it on the chat of the
Nas.io.
slash artificial
Just put it
intelligence. I have already put it on the comment, and I keep posting about it on LinkedIn as well. So that is a place wherein it is a very growing community of 630 people right now, wherein we discuss about these topics. Because there is, first of all, why I am doing these sessions also, because there is a lot of hype, a lot of, I am not even talking about the negative sides about generative AI and all those things, because that is not my focus. I am a very small person to talk about the negative and the regulations and all those things. I am a practitioner, I am a learner, I want to learn these technologies and upskill myself and also help the community. So that is I don't want to discuss any negative comments about the future of generative AI, whether it is going to take away jobs, it is going to be bad for the society. That is not my work. I am not the government, I am not a regulatory body, I am just a small individual who teaches these things, learns these things, and shares his knowledge. So now next question, who wants to speak? Ankit, do you want to speak? Only positive thoughts in this community meeting.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Ankit Patil, sir. Sir, currently I am pursuing BTech in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Sir, my question is what...
Both?
Yes, sir, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science.
So you are master. You are focusing on both. Very good.
Sir, my question was what skill should I learn so that I can be a job-ready person for the industry? What should I learn, or from which platform should I prefer to learn?
So you are already studying BTech in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. So don't ask.
Yes,
so that is already you have you are paying so much money and spending 4 years to learn. So learning is not a problem for you. Problem is how you can apply those skills to build a project. Like I told Pratibha, and I tell everyone, whatever you are learning, I don't tell that an academy is good or this is good or great learning is good. You can learn from anywhere, but the thing is you need to apply your learning and build a project that is something that is close to you, that you can explain in your resume and you can talk about it. If you have a good project that you have built, you can show in your resume, you can show it on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is very important platform, to showcase your skills and your learnings, and this is going to help you talk about it in your interview. Suppose your project is interesting, you put it on your resume, interviewers are going to talk about that project, and if you can explain that project very well end to end, your chances of getting hired will be much more than any theoretical knowledge that you have. But you need to do it properly, you need to spend time, apply all your learnings. See, learnings you are already studying, and I don't want to tell on this platform what is good, what is not good, but you need to apply the skills, all the skills in a platform. So I talked about in my previous webinar, I talked about one of the skill that is very important nowadays is process engineering. You already have lot of APIs, lot of softwares and lot of codes everywhere. It is available, lot of solutions, small solutions is available. But when you are building a project, so you need to get everything together. You have to get all the components of the engine together so that end to end it works. You have an input, you get an output. and you can talk about this. And if that is and you need to most of you are from here from India, the word because I am also an engineer, so the word that we call is jugaad. It's this is a skill that you need to have even in this particular industry. How you can use jugaad is basically an Indian word, Hindi word, that means connect everything, get the system rolling, and get something get a project out however you can. And that is a thing that you need to put and showcase. I hope I answered your question, Ankit.
Yes, sir. Sir, I was asking that what should I learn so that it will make me differently from others. Because what happened is during placements in our college, everyone appear for the placement. So what should I learn so that it will make me different from others?
Skills everyone will know. What are the skills in data science? I told about, if you joined the webinar late, I told about all the skills, right? Skills you have to know. Skills are everyone is like programming language that is there, Python, SQL, Power BI, any dashboard that is there, any the machine learning that you are using for your project, that you should know very well. So these are the skills. Everyone will know all the skills. The skill is not a differentiator. Everyone will know Python, everyone will know SQL. The only differentiator is your project. How have you built a project end to end? What business problem are you solving? That can only be the differentiator. I am telling again and again, knowledge is okay. And you know the competition nowadays, everyone knows Python. Everyone is, to be honest, in the city that I come from, Bangalore, before it was known that everyone is an engineer. Now everyone is a data scientist. So it is a very, very common thing that is there. So you need to differentiate yourself, and you need to build a very good project. And I tell this, to be honest, some of my clients and mentees, they are engineering students or masters in analytics in the US or Canada. They are also, aside of their studies, they are also building an internship or a project wherein they can showcase to their future employers about this. And it is a good, you can say, applying of the knowledge. So now I hope I answered your question. Now I think Ramdas was next, who was raising his hands, or Upendra, I don't know. Anyone go ahead, please.
Hi sir, I'm Ramdas.
Good evening, Ramdas. Tell me.
Sir, I have 2 years career gap, sir.
Okay.
I know skills, machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision and natural language processing. Sir, where can I focus, sir, computer vision or natural language processing? So I have 2 years career gap.
So career gap is not a problem. What is your, so both are different things. Computer vision is different and NLP is different. So what is your strength? You focus on that. Focus on one of them. Build a so see, if you are doing a project on NLP, on a text generation like a chatbot, then you focus on completely on NLP and how you what is large language model. So the thing I told Ankit and Pratibha is, you can learn skills about all topics. Mohammed Tanwar can also add on to that. Skills you can learn, but when you are doing a project, whatever project it is, suppose you told me 2 options, so I can tell you. So if you are building a computer vision project, then you only focus a lot on computer vision, on CNN models, on how does the pixel work, how does the accurate you can say all these the computer vision logic that is there works properly in depth. And NLP you can just know a little bit or theoretical. But if you are doing a project on text generation, then focus completely on complete journey of NLP. You should know everything about BERT, you should know everything about all the transformers, all the processes that are there, all the encoding, decoding, everything you should know. I hope I answered your question, Ramdas.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mohammed sir,
I have one.
can I go and see Mohammed? Thank you for joining in. It is very nice to see you again on the event. How are you?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Rashid, for scheduling this session. I'm doing good. So I just want to share my experience of working in this data related job profile for the last 13 to 14 years. Okay. So, and I was just listening to the questions like many folks who have asked. So, guys, like one thing I will tell you, either you're going for data analyst, data scientist, data science, or generative AI, or the artificial intelligence, machine learning, recommendation engine, these all work on top of data. Okay, this all what I told this all work on top of data and a good quality of data. So those who are very new, or maybe those who know little bit about all those things. So my recommendation is, and I have heard that many of you are asking the question about the skill sets and all this stuff. My recommendation is, first of all, try to understand ETL process. Okay, maybe that will be many of you know that, but I'm thinking it is important to tell you like from where to start, right? So start from ETL, try to understand what is ETL, what it stands for, what is extraction, why we have to extract it from multiple sources, right? Then transformation, what are the transformation logics, right? Then what are the STDs? Then loading data, where you have to load data, why I have to load data in data mart. So first of all, understand this entire process of ETL. Then nowadays we are moving on ELT. Then what is ELT? Why we should go for ELT? Then why the company has started adopting ELT? This is very important, guys. Okay. First of all, understand this ETL, ELT, different terminologies like start schema, snowflake schema, dimension, fact, data mart. Right. First of all, these all things are required. Once you are done with this, you will get an understanding about the data flow, that how the data moves from one layer to another layer, or how it works. Okay, then once you are done with this, then learn SQL language, Python, Power BI or Tableau, any reporting tool, then Excel, because all these things will help you to play with the data. SQL, especially SQL and Python, they will help you to play with the data. Power BI, Tableau, they will help you to publish the numbers, the numbers or the data to the stakeholders, to the clients. So many a times I have seen that the participants, the students, they're just talking about ANLP, machine learning algorithm, the statistical model, the computational model, but they lack here that what is ETL. If you don't know that how your data is going from one layer to another layer, then how you will understand that which data I have to use, where the computational model based on the statistics, the linear algebra, the probability, the calculus you have to apply, right? So start from there. And very honestly, I will tell you, and maybe this will be shocking, none of the course, none of the book can make you expert in data science or AI. It comes with such forum where we discuss. It comes with more and more practice. You have to get your hand dirty, work on it, prepare some computational model. But before that, what I told you, go with that. Understand ETL, ELT, learn SQL, Python, Power BI, Tableau, get a strong hold on it. And I know this will take good amount of time, not less than 1 year. Even I can challenge it. So go for this, go in an incremental fashion, one by one. First of all, understand this, then try to understand what is the job of a data analytics, what is the data cleaning process, why you have to clean the process, why you have to clean the data, if there's a duplicate data, how you have to handle, if the data load fails, then how you have to handle. At least a high level, you should know all those things. Then when you will learn artificial intelligence or generative AI, then it will make more sense for you. Then you will understand that, oh, what is generative AI? Oh, here we are training our model, our algorithm to derive something, right? That is generative AI. It means you are trying to create something. So for that, again, you have to feed good amount of data to the system. From that data, your algorithm will understand, right? You are training him. So what is machine learning algorithm? From that, you are training your computational model that, oh, if this is the data, try to understand from this, you have to create something new, project something for the business, right? So that is what I thought that many times I have seen the participants, they lack from where to start. So that's what I want to add, Rishit. So thanks a lot for allowing me to speak. Hope that makes sense.
Thank you, Mohammed Tanveer. Thanks a lot. Upender, before I jump in, people who want to talk, they can raise their hands, and you wanted to add something, Upendra?
to all of you. Yeah, just I was, here I was attentively hearing.
Your voice is a little low. Can you get next to the
I'm
mic?
saying, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
It is okay now?
Yes, go
Hi,
ahead.
Mohammed.
Tell me.
Hi. Good evening to all of you. Yes, actually, just my question is, here you have written generative AI. How it is different from AI? First, and second, this, whatever we are talking about, right from Excel to SQL, Python, Power BI or Tableau, to deep learning, machine learning, and statistics, and artificial intelligence. All these are not the components of or subset of data science. Is it artificial intelligence is totally different component, or it is not a component of data science? It is totally different from data science. Could you please clarify this?
First question, if I get your question right, so AI is an ecosystem, it's a complete ecosystem that includes everything, if you can hear me clearly, starting from robotics till your chat GPT. And generative AI is a very small component of artificial intelligence that generates text, images or music or videos, whatever is the source, and there is a prompt that is there. So it is a concept of generative AI. So normal AI that is there, it has been there since 1956, and it contains lot of things, even machine learning, deep learning, but generative AI is a small part of that, which I talk about in my webinars, which I also told Syed earlier on, that the recordings and when I showed about the visualization. So though that is AI, and when I talk about data science is a multidisciplinary field. It is that where you are using the skills. AI is not a skill. When I say what are your skills, if you say AI is my skill, that is not the part. Your skill will be, data science will be your skill, wherein you know about this Excel is a skill, Python is a skill, SQL is a skill, maths and statistics is a skill, machine learning, if you know, that is a skill. Those are the skills that come. Machine learning is I'm not talking about machine learning comes separately, but these are the skills that become a part of your data science. And as Mohammed also told, these are the skills that you need to know for any of the projects you start working with, irrespective of some of the high research projects that involve computer vision, or directly they work on video recognition, and some of the projects will not require this deep level of data understanding and data science skills that are there, but 90% of all the projects in AI, they go through this data discovery phase, wherein you need to know the data science skills, which also Mohammed also talked in details about. So I hope I answered your question. Now we have Patrick on the call.
Just last 1 minute, please. Yeah, that's fine. As you say, generative artificial intelligence is a subset of artificial intelligence, right?
What is your question?
My question is, generative artificial intelligence is a part of artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Yeah. So this artificial intelligence and deep learning and machine learning and about other skills. All these three, what I am saying, artificial intelligence or generative artificial intelligence, and machine learning or deep learning, all these falls under data science, or these are totally different?
No. Data science, nothing falls under data science. So that's why I'm telling you need to see the webinars when I talk about this. These are a very basic concepts. Data science does not fall, and that's why I'm saying AI is the ecosystem. I think Patrick can talk more about this. AI is an ecosystem. In that, under AI there is machine learning. Under machine learning there is deep learning. Under deep learning there is generative AI. Data science is a skill. Data science is a skill. Please try to understand that, and please look at the webinars and the recordings. Then you will get a more understanding about this. I hope I answered your question. And Patrick, thank you very much for coming on the speakers panel. You want to add any thoughts, comments, or any questions for me? Don't ask me any questions, please. You are the expert here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, just want to make sure because I'm going for my laptop. Right, so one thing I think that hasn't really been mentioned so far, and I know people are thinking about their careers and where to go, is I did my master's in artificial intelligence back in 1994, and it was very early days in that field. The very early beginnings of neural networks. The main thing back then was intelligent knowledge-based management systems. Machine learning wasn't talked about. We did a lot of mathematics and statistics, all the foundational blocks you talked about. And of course, it's changed dramatically as technology's improved and new ideas have come out. It's completely different now. So it's expanded. Artificial intelligence is a huge ecosystem of many skills that you've mentioned. But the one thing that hasn't been talked about, I think, is domain knowledge. So whatever your position you are in your career, if you're an expert in banking, or you're looking to be in banking, or insurance, or airlines, or retail, I highly, highly recommend you become an expert in that field, because it will make your understanding of the context of the data so much stronger, so that when you apply your machine learning models, when you do your data science analysis, etc., all of these things, your results that you will get will be much more powerful. So always have that. If you're in the early days of your career and you're thinking, what do I want to be getting involved with? Is it retail? Is it banking? All of these things. Start learning about those domains. And if you're looking for entry-level jobs, even if it's not initially in machine learning or artificial intelligence, just get into the domain, like logistics or whatever, and learn that business. And at the same time, in the background, you're building up your skill sets and learning how these systems, it's the terminology of the business, it's the systems that they use. SAP, for example. So many companies are using SAP. If you become very knowledgeable how to extract data from SAP and utilize it for your machine learning, artificial intelligence systems in the future, then that can be very powerful for you. Microsoft Excel. If you don't know Excel, I'm sure most of you do, but if you don't, become an expert in Excel. There's a lot you can do in Microsoft Excel in any business, anything that has data. So for your career, don't just think you have to learn the fundamentals and things. Also think about the knowledge, the domain you want to get into, and become an expert in that domain as well. That's really what I wanted to say.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. I forgot about that. I basically, in my other webinars, when I talk about the skills, and domain is a very important skill, and it is basically whichever company you are working, whichever things that for freshers it does not have importance, because they don't have work experience specifically. But people who are there in any of the industries that are working for a few years, and they say that we need to start in data science and AI, will I be starting as a fresher? I always tell them no. Whatever industry you are working, like suppose it is petroleum or retail or logistics, you have a good understanding of the domain. So one part is ticked. So there are three things, Patrick, I just wanted to add that. One is the domain, that is very important. Other is the programming skills that are there, the programming which can be Python, SQL or whatever it is. And the third one is the statistics, maths and statistics, and the machine learning part. So these three things together make you a good data scientist. That's why it is a very, you can say this field is very unique, because I know in this field, if you are a very good programmer but you don't have good knowledge in stats, maths and domain, you may not be able to be a good data scientist. And similarly the other way around. So whatever position you are, you have to understand these three things. You need to start building it. If you are a fresher, try whichever domain you get into, try to understand the domain well, and it takes time to understand a domain. You cannot understand a domain in a year or two. You need to spend at least 3-4 years properly in different sub verticals to understand the complete engine of that particular domain. And then you can because the data that is coming out from that domain, you will be able to understand that and interpret that and use that for your data science and AI work that is there. Thank you for adding that, Patrick. Yeah. So anyone?
Yes, Arshad.
Yes.
Yes. I have just want to know that, as you told us that we need to apply the things on data. So for that, where we can, as you told, we need to prepare good projects on good data. Like, so from where we get the good data, like as in my scenario, I'm working and I have working like few things like Power BI and Excel. I don't have an working on Python and Excel, but I have knowledge. But for those things, for implementation of that thing, from where I get the data, please help us for
So
the same.
whatever project you are trying to build, first of all you have to fix a project that you want to build, and according to the project there are a lot of open data that is available that you can try to Google. I cannot tell you the correct answer, but you need to Google, and there are a lot of references of open data. You need to you need to search well. You will be getting API calls and how to get data and for your projects, and that is the only way. But first of all you need to finalize a project that you really want to work on. You need to do research, and it is not an answer that we can give in few minutes. Right. So anyone else in the who wants to ask any questions before I move ahead with the next next section? And there are many people are raising their hands, but I could not give them chance because we already had 6 speakers. So please, anyone else who want to ask any question, and thank you again, Patrick, for giving a very insightful thing which I missed out. That is very important. But now again, coming back to this topic about generative AI and data science. So, and Mohammed also suggested that people who are new. So for people who are new and who want to just for learning. So many people in the call are really new to data science. Data science or AI. So first of all, this word AI and data science are used very much interchangeably. We had Upendra on the call. I think who was asking about the differences, and I have sent him the screenshot about this, and also I will put a screenshot in the comment section for everyone who's a little bit confused about this, the landscape that is there. You can see the comment section as well. I have talked about this in a lot of webinars, as how is the AI ecosystem and what is the difference between AI and data science. So that is one thing, and the second thing is for the people who are really new, I am not anyone to tell them what not to focus on. You want to focus on data science or you want to focus on generative AI, but every learning is good. Right now, because someone in the call mentioned that he wants to do some project on computer vision or NLP. Directly, people now there is a word that is called as a machine learning engineer. These are people who directly start. They have some basic understanding about data science, but they focus more on these deep learning type of models, which focuses on computer vision or focuses on NLP. And if that is your interest, if you are a computer science background student and you know and understand these systems well, so I will not tell you to again start from learning everything from SQL, Excel. That is good. That's upon their job. You may require to do this, but if you really want to, if your interest is in generative AI, you want to start doing something in generative AI, you can start directly from learning about these things and start, because you have a lot of open models, open AI models or open APIs that are available, that you can start with it to start doing a project. I know once you do a project, there will be a lot of details that are there that goes inside a project about the type of data, the code that is there, the underlying logic, that you can always Google, you can always research, but you need to start. Have a project in mind. That's why I tell people, because if you have a 1 year plan of just learning, you will keep learning for 2 years also without any end goal. So that's why you need to have a very important why. I always tell my mentees, have a important why you want to learn, right? Your aim should not, job is there. I know many people want to start their career in data science and AI, but try to have your project as your focus. As Pratibha also was asking about what type of project you want to do, so she has to decide what type of project she has to do. It is not a answer I can give in 2 minutes. It is upon her interest, upon her capability, what she can do, what she can plan, because she has to plan. It's her project. She has to give in at least 20 hours a week in that project if it wants to go anywhere for at least for 6 months, so that a project is being built and should be showcased. So there are two advantages of that. First advantage is that you can put that in your profile and resume and get a job. And the thing is, I have I have worked in data science for 18 years, and my background is an electric engineer. I'm an electrical engineer, and I have done an MBA. I have not studied coding. I never studied coding in my school or in my engineering. I never studied statistics and maths anywhere. Everything I did was on the job. So that is why my way of mentorship and my way of teaching is very, very different. And many of the you can say traditional people, traditional education people will not agree with me, because I always believe, then it's my belief from my experience, what I have seen, you always learn by doing. You never learn just by seeing videos. Just by seeing, if you keep seeing YouTube videos, there have been millions of YouTube videos for one topic that they just keep on talking unnecessary things, and you just keep seeing those things. You will not go anywhere. You will not go anywhere unless you don't start doing coding by yourself. Start doing something by yourself. The people who have a job in data science like Pratibha or whoever are doing some work in data science or AI, little bit work, they are very fortunate, because they have real-time data and they are doing work. They should be very, very thankful that they have that opportunity where they have access to data and they can do more. They can learn more. They can try out new models. That is a very, very good opportunity for people who are already working in AI and data science field right now, maybe in whatever position. But for the people like who are outside the gamut, who are like me, right now I'm outside the corporate world. So I don't have access to any corporate level data. So I only work mostly with open source data right now. Or if it is a client, then the client data. But most of my data is open source data, which I'm right now working upon, and my mentees and clients are also working on that. So they have to use that and try to understand what business problem they can solve and start building a project end to end and apply all their learnings in a very beautiful manner and build a very good portfolio. So if we don't have any more questions, I hope this session was useful for you guys. One request, so I have just recently started a community, online community, nas.io/artificial intelligence, wherein I'm trying to bring people who are interested in this field, talk about the misinformation about this, talk about the confusion that is there about these topics, how to focus and what to focus on. Because this is a question that many people are asking. Even when I'm talking to you, people are messaging me and telling me what should I learn, what should I focus on. So that is now solely depending upon your capabilities, right? How good are you in programming? How good are you in building processes? So you need to introspect, you need to ask yourself, you need to try out things. And the best way many of us tell is, try to fail. First try something, if it fails, but keep doing, iterate, do something every day. Try to see what is happening, and try to have in end goal, you try to build a project. And see the skills that, irrespective of whatever you are doing, Python is required everywhere mostly. So Python you have to master. I am not talking, Excel is also nice, very good for corporate, SQL also is very good, but Python will be used everywhere, including generative AI and all the artificial intelligence models that we use, because everything is in Python, right? Everything is in Python right now. Our SAS people are using very less, SPSS people are using very less. Mostly nowadays 90% of the languages that I see are in Python. So that is my one thing, that you need to focus on basic Python and Python for data science, and the other skills are additional, but this is the one minimum thing that I will tell that you need to work on. And this particular community that I have, every day I make myself that I put a challenge every day for one Python challenge that I always put, because there are two things. You need to keep practicing your skill. I don't talk about learning, you can learn from anywhere, but you need to keep practicing your skills. You need to also, because programming is such a thing, like if you don't do it for a week, for a 1 or 2 weeks, you will forget the logic, you will forget. It is like that. So you need to keep practicing, you need to keep that momentum on. And always this community, as Muhammad also told, that you don't learn these skills in colleges and in institutes. You learn about this in communities, like where we have, like I have weekly 2 sessions. I'm doing weekly one audio webinar that you guys are listening to right now, and one Saturday I do a webinar. And then we have online community meetups where people talk about themselves, and they share what is their introduction and what is their challenges that they have. And then we talk, and that is the way we all are going to learn, and that is the future that I believe in, community learning. And that is one of my missions that I feel right now is important, because there is a lot of chaos and many people are talking, everyone is talking something different right now. So, and of me, from my little experience that I have, from I am trying to share, it may be right, it may be wrong, but hopefully it may help any one of you. So if you guys are really interested to know more, to follow my events, to see the recordings, I will suggest you again before I end the call, nas.io, nas.io/artificial intelligence. And the link is there, also there in the comments, and also on my profile page, on my LinkedIn main page, the link is there. I request you guys to join in. See you in the next webinar that is there on Saturday, and hope you guys can join the online community meetup also on Saturday. We are having at 2 p.m. because I think, Patrick, you said you will be free after 2 p.m., right? So we will be having after 2 p.m. or we'll have at 2 p.m. on Saturday, Dubai time, and I will put the schedule for you guys to register. And thank you. Any more questions? If you any ending thoughts, Ankit, Patrick, you have, and anyone in the listener panel, you want to have any ending thoughts? Thanks for joining in. I hope this was a little bit value for everyone.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Any last thoughts?
Sir, thank you for today's session. It was totally helpful for us because as an engineer student, it is very much necessary to know about the industry, about the experience that people have and the thoughts that people share with us. Thank you, sir, for this session.
Thank you very much, Ankit. Thank you, Patrick. I think he's on mute.
No, I'm here.
Yeah. So, Patrick, I was telling you were free after 2 p.m. on Saturday, right?
Yeah, it should be good. I posted in the comment, by the way, a link to loads of open data source.
Oh, that is there. Thank you.
Repositories.
Yeah.
So if everybody clicks on that, there's about 15 different sources of open data that people can play around with.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick, for that. Yeah, there is a lot of data. To be honest, if you want something, if you search, you will get it for sure. That is I feel. If you really want something, if you search for it, you will surely get something that is available.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. You could probably ask ChatGPT and it'll tell you something.
Yeah. So that is the thing. So ChatGPT actually is just, I tell people to just use it as a small tool to help you. Don't depend upon ChatGPT, but use it just as a tool for referencing, for getting you some ideas, but don't depend on it. That is one thing I tell people, just try to use it just like a calculator, nothing more than that. And Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Patrick, for your wonderful thoughts and suggestions and your help for the community, and everyone else on the call for joining in. I see Pradeep there, but he did not speak today. I think he's in office or he's driving. And so thank you, everyone. And I think we are over the call. This recording, I am doing the recording, I'll put it as a podcast. So people who did not attend the complete podcast, did not hear, can see the recording. And I'll put it on the YouTube and on the community page as well. So have a great evening and thank you for joining. See you all on Saturday, 2 p.m. Bye bye.